Welcome to the 2026 World Cup, where Ecuador just pulled off the ultimate upset, stunning the mighty German national team 2-1. The final whistle triggered absolute chaos, sending immediate shockwaves through the global football community. But to truly grasp how wild this victory is, you have to look at the geography of the country that actually pulled it off. The win created a rare moment of total national unity, briefly masking the deep-seated rivalries that usually define life in Ecuador. Ecuador is a vibrant South American nation tucked right into the Andes. Culturally and geographically, the country is split by an intense rivalry. High up in the mountains sits the capital city of Quito, and constantly sniping back at them from right down on the coast is the fiercely competitive hub of Guayaquil. This geographic divide is so intense that national team coaches historically operate under immense pressure, constantly getting caught in the crossfire of regional favoritism and intense criticism. In the past, the team struggled under that massive weight, largely because they lacked even a single veteran superstar to shoulder the burden. Escaping that toxic division required a complete reset of both their culture and their tactics to actually compete on a global stage. The architect behind that reset is Argentine head coach Sebastián Beccacece, a man who completely ignored domestic politics to rebuild from the ground up. Instead of relying on established names, he focused on putting together a young, perfectly balanced roster. He leaned into a recent shift where Ecuador transformed into a massive exporter of talent, sending their brightest youth straight into the development systems of elite European clubs. With those highly trained young players, he implemented a high-intensity tactical system built entirely on aggressive pressing and lightning-quick transitions. By relying heavily on talent living and playing overseas, the team accidentally insulated themselves from the fierce regional infighting back home. You can see this clearly in their midfield, which is driven by Chelsea's Moisés Caicedo, operating as a relentless box-to-box engine. Behind him sits a compact defensive block, anchored by center-backs like Willian Pacho and Piero Hincapié. This chart shows the direct result of that structural discipline. Over the course of 18 World Cup qualifying games, they conceded a remarkably low 5 goals. That absurd defensive record is possible because unsung heroes in the midfield, like Franco, do the quiet, dirty work required to press high up the pitch without taking unnecessary risks. When this unified squad plays in North America, they are greeted by a massive migrant community that completely floods the stadiums in a sea of bright yellow jerseys. Hearing thousands of fans chanting "Si se puede," yes we can, gives the players a unified emotional support system they rarely experienced on home soil. That historic comeback victory over Germany immediately secured Ecuador their first World Cup knockout stage appearance in 20 years. The win was so massive that back home, Ecuador's president, Daniel Noboa, was absolutely ecstatic. He immediately declared a national holiday for the entire country so everyone could celebrate. Taking to social media, he heavily praised the coaching staff and players for blocking out intense criticism and delivering pure joy to the public. By pulling off the unthinkable on the pitch, the team forced a highly critical, regionally divided public to stand together in complete celebration. Now, because the 2026 World Cup expanded to 48 teams, this bracket shows their next hurdle, navigating the newly created round of 32. In this single elimination phase, they face potentially drawing an absolute powerhouse, like Thomas Tuchel's England, or Javier Aguirre's highly experienced Mexican squad. But if they maintain that elite defensive solidity and the unity they finally found, this young squad absolutely has the tools to survive the pressure and reach the round of 16 for the first time since 2006.